welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna make a tutorial for you because it's almost Halloween. Actually, when this video comes up, it will be Halloween. So yeah, it's time to make yourself look spooky. But first we're gonna start with an eye look. And yeah, you'll see. So for the eye look, we're gonna go for a primer first as usual. And I'm just going to use that as a primer. Technically, I'm lying. It's not even a primer. It's actually a Maybelline color. So do they still even sell those? I've had the thing for so long that I probably should have tossed it ages ago, but I don't. Because it's not green and furry yet. That's terrible advice, by the way. Like, seriously, throw stuff away when it gets cool. Don't be like me. But anyway, then I'm going to prime again with a white pencil by NYX. And then I'm going to use the Take Me Back to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics. It remains a staple in my stash, seriously. But yeah, I'm going to go for, well, basically Halloween colors. So yellow, orange and red, sort of like candy, Halloween candy. We don't really have that in the Netherlands, candy corn. I mean, I don't think we have it in the Netherlands. I've never seen it here. But anyway, those colors. A bit of highlights, and then when it looks like a blocky mess, that's when it's time to start blending. But yeah, it's just a super simple eye look. I want to look glam on the top half of my face. But obviously, because this is going to be a Halloween look, I also don't want to spend 15 entire centuries on just the eye look on its own. Now don't forget to also blend the colors on the actual eyelid. I'm using a very tiny brush for that because I don't want it to all mix together and become one big blurry mess. Well, I mean, not really a mess, but like one big blurry thing, like the crease. Like the crease I want it to be fully blended, but the colors I still want to actually be 3 different colors on the eyelid. But yeah, you can see the very obvious difference between blended and non-blended. After that, it's time to add some glitter, because who says spooky cannot be glittery as well? I would never say that. I love anything glittery at any time. But yeah, I'm going to put gold glitter on the yellow part of the eyelid. Then black glitter on the red part. It's sort of red with like gold undertones, so it's very suitable for this look, I think. It took some time to like blend it, but eventually it worked. And then on the center part, I'm actually using a very pale silvery glitter because I wanted it to be nice and sparkly, because it's the center of the eyelid and I just wanted it to really catch the light nicely. Then it's time for eyeliner. Now, I will be honest, I don't often do eyeliner anymore. And when I do eyeliner, I do it the lazy way. So I do a tiny wing and then a little bit on the inner corner, and that's it. But for this look, I again wanted to go full glam, so I'm doing a full eyeliner, and not in dark brown, but in full on black. I was nervous, seriously. That was the creepiest part, really, of this entire creepy Halloween tutorial, doing the eyeliner, but miraculously it actually worked out through a complete stroke of like luck, I guess. That and the fact that this I can't remember which eyeliner this is by NYX, but it's basically your basic black eyeliner, and it's so nice. Like, it's very liquid, but it's not runny. You put it on and it stays in place, and it doesn't drag your skin. It glides on so smoothly, and I love it. Seriously, hadn't done like a full-on big eyeliner like this in ages, and the eyeliner is just so easy to work with that I struggled basically. Way less than I anticipated. I barely struggled, like seriously. Which, yeah, lucky. It's time to add some extra glam in the shape of rhinestones. I'm just using eyelash glue to glue them on. In my opinion, that's just the safest thing to use around the eye area, even if you're doing a special effects look. You know, eyelash glue is made to be safe around your eyes, so yeah. I prefer that over any kind of actual special effects makeup in terms of anything very close to my eyeballs, because I kind of, you know, like having my eyeballs functional, and I really don't want to risk it. I'm using a wax pencil, by the way, that is actually meant for nail art, and the rhinestones are also nail art rhinestones. They're very convenient because they're very light, and the wax pencil is just very handy. Then it's time for false lashes, which was a way bigger struggle actually than the rhinestones, because these lashes are kind of old, they were kind of stiff and kind of sticky. But eventually, somehow, it actually turned out well. Don't ask how long it took me though. And then some mascara. I'm starting on the bottom just so the top has some more time to dry. And then I also added some on the top just to make my own lashes be nice and black and blend with the actual falsies. Then it's time to start on some special effects stuff. I'm going to use Scar Wax, which is again a horror, which is perfectly suitable for Halloween. But first I'm going to use Mastix, which if you don't know, I think everyone who's ever watched special effects tutorials knows, but it's basically a skin glue. I'm just tapping it until it goes nice and tacky, and then I'm going to put on the Scar Wax. Scar Wax is kind of sticky. I used to just put it on my skin and hope for it to just stick, which it usually kind of did, but especially on my cheeks, which move when I talk, obviously. Yeah, it just has a big risk of coming loose and going all weird and just falling off eventually. And with the Mastix, it's actually guaranteed pretty much to stay in place. So yeah, if you really want to like wear this look for like a longer time, like an actual Halloween party, I do definitely recommend using something like Mastix. Or if your skin can't handle that, something else that is a skin glue, and just, you know, make sure that it actually stays attached. But the idea is that it blends into the top of my face and then sort of hangs over the bottom. I am using regular face powder to powder it off, so it doesn't stay sticky, and then I am going to finish the top half of my face first. Reason I didn't put on actual skin makeup first before putting on the Mastix is obviously because I wanted the Mastix to stick to my skin and not, you know, have its function be lessened by wearing makeup below it. So yeah, I'm just keeping it simple. I'm just putting on some BB cream and just making sure I have a nice line on my nose where it's ending, because below that is going to be my skull. And then I'm powdering everything off after that. I'm not going to bother with, like, you know, applying a little bit of blush or contour or anything, because, you know, it's a Halloween look. It's really just the, well, yeah, just top half of the face that needs to look nice. Even the bottom part of the eye look is going to be a little bit more messy, as sort of a middle ground between the glam on top and the skull at the bottom. Also enjoy watching how my eyes are like all red and teary by now after using an eye pencil that was really dried out, and I really need to rethink my life choices sometimes concerning what I put on my eyeballs. But anyway, yeah, making the bottom eyelid nice and smoky. Even adding some black eyeshadow there in the outer corner just to make it look a little bit more worn, I guess. And then obviously I'm going to blend it all out, because it is still supposed to look sort of glam. Then for the final part, we're going to actually paint on the skull. I really don't have a lot of explaining to do on this, because it's, well, it's basically just a more or less anatomically correct skull. The easiest thing if you don't paint skulls, I was just thinking, I was gonna say, you know, always use an actual picture of a skull as a reference, so you know what a skull looks like. And then I realized I didn't do that this time, because I paint skulls on my face way too often and a lot of people's faces too, so I have just way too much knowledge of what a skull looks like, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna start off with a white base, and then I'm just going to do, like I said, a more or less anatomically correct skull, in the sense of it's going to have, you know, teeth, nose holes, and shading. And yeah, just basically, that's it. Enjoying the painting. One important thing with the teeth that I do want to mention is don't make them too small or too big. That seems logical, but trust me, of all the very first times I painted the skull on my face, it were the teeth that I actually messed up with, because I used to always either make teeny tiny baby teeth, which looks creepy but not in the correct way in my opinion, or I would make them lazy and so large that it looked more like Frankenstein's monster than like an actual human skull. So yeah, take your time on the teeth, and also don't forget to shade them all individually and spend, as far as it's going to feel like, half your life shading the teeth. Trust me, it's worth it in the end.